Yo, Haven, what's good, family? Hope all is well with you guys. I hope you are in a wonderful, magnificent mood, having a wonderful, magnificent rotation. And if you are now, hopefully you will be by the end of this presentation. Full disclaimer, this video is for entertainment purposes only. Everything you see on this channel is merely speculation. Viewer discretion is advised. Please do your own homework and research for proper discernment. Remember, we watch these clips and videos as a form of escaping the external chaos going on outside of ourselves, as we are all experiencing our own individual realities. You know what I'm saying? I'm highly grateful, and thankful for all you guys who've been here from the beginning, rocking out, liking, commenting, sharing, who's been subscribed, who make every single, if not every single, almost every single presentation when we go up, whether it's a live video or a pre-recorded video. Grace, gratitude, and thanks. Peace and prosperity, you and yours. You know what's up. Thank you for the energetic exchange that we do on a regular. If you're new to the channel, like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when we go up. Anyone and everyone who has ever sown to see me, it will be returned 100-fold as the Most High using you as a divine vessel to divine support. Yours truly, because it's all about divine support. I just want to say grace, gratitude, and thanks, peace, and prosperity. You and yours. Hope you know it never goes unnoticed. Really does help the channel, the foundation, my well-being. You know what I'm saying? Grace, gratitude, and thanks, for real. Listen, Haven, I'm doing my best to make it through, man. But I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I'm not physically tired where I want to lay down and get some rest. No. So I'm just tired of everything. I'm tired. I'm just tired. I'm exhausted. Anyhow, other than that, we chilling. Other than that, you know what I'm saying? Like, buckle up, enjoy the vibe, enjoy the ride. I'm just letting y'all know where I'm at, where my energy is at right now. But I think this is a good presentation. I think you guys will enjoy this whenever you're watching it, whether it's now, whether it's later, whether it's the next rotation, whether it's a cycle from now, whether it's a month from now, whether whenever you're watching this. I think this is a great presentation. So chill, take a seat, enjoy the vibe, enjoy the ride, get your party favors if that's what you get into. No discrimination here. If you need snacks, go get some snacks, chill for a little bit. We're gonna vibe out. You know what I'm saying? Yo, what's good, Tommy? What's good? I'm not going. I don't know. Like I said, I'm exhausted. I don't know. Like I'm not really feeling it. Like as far as my energetic, not even my energetic. Just let's say my atmosphere, my environment. It's just overwhelming. You know what I'm saying? It's exhausting. Other than that, I'm great. Like I'm cool. I'm great. Things of that nature. I'm good. But my environment totally blows. Anyhow, I'm gonna do my best to not talk so much, but sometimes we have some interesting topics and I tend to pause a lot and speak and talk and things like that. So yeah, bear with me. Anyhow, let's vibe out. Let's get it. Let's vibe out, baby. Let's vibe out, baby.
Learn to do things slow.
This is how you regulate your nervous system.
Learn to do things slower. Walk slow. Walk slow. Talk slower. Calm down. If you constantly here, there, doing this, doing that, everything super fast, this, that, fast, your nervous system has no time to catch up. Your nervous system runs off of electricity. You're literally short-circuiting yourself. Calm down. Slow down. This is why things like meditation are important. Calm down, slow down. You don't have to be busy all the time. Calm down. You ever notice how when you breathing fast, your heart beating fast, but when you your heart starts to beat slower and slower. If you want to regulate your nervous system, you need to learn to do things slower so your nervous system has time to calm down.
So what is divine insight, right? A lot of y'all spiritual gifts becoming activated. Y'all opening your third eye, right? Divine insight is you have authority in the spiritual realm. You have the ability to access the spiritual realm. So you will start seeing reality, people, things, everything in your 3D reality for what it is. But you will also be still in this game with a 3D. But you will see past it, you will see through it. And you will continue to see through it the more you activate your third eye and the more you get access to the spiritual realm, right? It say knock and the door shall be open. I think that's what it say in the Bible. And the more you read, the more you study, the more you in your word, you The more you can see through people, the more you can see through everything, because you now have divine insight. You have been given spiritual authority to see beyond the normal to what everybody else see. You have the authority to see what things really is. This is why they say truth is stranger than fiction. This is why the ones y'all, the souls that came here to help y'all either kill them or you throw them in jail. You call them crazy because they came here to help y'all. They ascended souls and incarnated souls who came here to teach humanity, but y'all kill them or y'all call them crazy. So now, the more you gain access to the spiritual realm, the more you activate, the more life you see. Truth is stranger than fiction. So the more knowledge you gain, the more you will see everything, and it will hurt you, right? But it will also set you free, right? So the more you in the word, and the more you able to see through the money, the facades, through people, and all of this. And the crazy part is, you don't know who people is behind a physical vessel. You don't know who people spiritually is. You don't know how strong they is. That's why I tell people, it's souls here. I see them, and y'all don't even know who they is and who y'all playing with, which is crazy. And they could destroy y'all with their mind. They could destroy everything y'all got going for y'all. And y'all continue to play with these people because you ignorant to who people on the planet is. Be humble, be meek, and show people the same respect. Fear none, respect all.
Don't forget the show for you, not just your quote-unquote job. Yeah, you chosen one. I mean, think about it. You're giving up a minimum of at least 8 hours of your day for someone else. Now just imagine you putting 8 hours out of the day into you. Every job you ever had, in the very beginning, it was difficult. But over time, maybe only 2 or 3 weeks, it became extremely easy. I'm sure y'all all know the phrase, practice makes perfect. It is real. Whatever dream you have, whatever goal you're trying to reach, if you put that same amount of effort that you put into your job, into you, literally the only option is to excel in whatever field you decide to choose. This is why we're distracted by media and society. So most fail to see that they are fighting for the system of oppression versus them fighting for their own freedom. I mean, just look around. Most of these quote-unquote jobs are pointless and doesn't even help society. Only help our enemies to keep control of us by gaslighting. And this is exactly why y'all see me working these 40 plus hours a week and still pushing this message. Even though I'm not getting paid like other creators, because I know it's not pointless and there's a bigger purpose. So I'm showing up for me, which is showing up for everyone else. I noticed when I continued to paint, I developed skills I didn't even know I could develop because I wasn't even intentionally trying to get them. So now at this point in time, I literally can make paintings that no one can recreate. It literally has its own style. And if you ever seen it, you would know that I was the one that did it. And all that happened because I showed up for me outside of my job. Now I want y'all to imagine how many people do quote unquote clean up at their job before they leave every day. But these exact same people won't even clean up their own crib. And this is a prime example of how most people are guilty of putting their job over their own lives. Make it make sense. I mean, most people will put in more effort into supporting someone else's business versus their own. And at this point in time, if you don't realize or want to believe that the majority of the population has been put under a spell and is brainwashed, but it is hitting under the terms of quote-unquote cognitive dissonance and Stockholm syndrome, you can now officially say that you are lost in this sauce because this is clear as day and you're completely ignoring everything that's happening right around you. So at this point in time, this is your chance to stop supporting the system as it's being exposed because this is crunch time. Anyways, y'all know how I keep it. Y'all be gods. Peace.
Oh, y'all see how China is talking about Trump is going ham on them tariffs to the point they said they gotta start making all kinds of shit illegally under China. And you know what I say about that? Do it, goddamn. Because all it's gonna do is hurt the people that's already overcharging the American people. Not only that, they literally are committing human trafficking in other countries to make their products. So if China started making products, let's just say Louis V, Dolce & Gabbana, Chanel, Dior, Prada, Gucci, y'all all can get the fuck out of here. I'm pretty sure me, or you, or anybody you know is gonna love some Gucci slides for 15, 20 bucks. Imagine a Dior sweatsuit for cool 25, 30 bucks. You see, at the end of the day, they cannot harm America, bruh. Because we produce everything, and that goes back to the energy. Because we are the ones controlling this reality. I say it every single day. They literally need us here in America, or else they can't do nothing. Because we possess all the energy and also all the creativity. All this is saying we need to start our own shit. Stop supporting the ones that's not supporting us. Simple. Anyways, another quick rant, but y'all know how I keep it. Y'all be gods. Hey.
Yeah, that's funny. You know why that's funny? Let me tell y'all why that's funny. Because in high school, right, I used to go to the bootleg spot out of town and get a few belts, you know, name brand belts, Louis V, Gucci, whatever, that people wanted. Hermes, Ferragamo, whatever. And I would buy them between 35 and 50 bucks, depending on the brand and the quality. That's how they would, like the bootleg spot, that's how they would do it, right? Then I would go to school in high school and sell the belts for $100 a pop. I used to sell the belts for $100 a pop. But then I had this one guy, right? This one Italian dude. He ended up buying a belt from me and ended up buying an authentic belt from the website. And then he made a comparison and kind of ruined my business. But by then, I already made enough to where it's like, okay, yo, I had my run. It's all good. So that's funny, what he just said. Like, come on, like, you feel me? Like, we all know a lot of those things is overpriced anyway. But yeah, that's a little story I wanted to share with you guys. Let's keep going.
The howl of a dire wolf hasn't been heard on planet Earth for more than 10,000 years. That's because the species is extinct, or was. Colossal Biosciences is a Dallas-based company that's using genetic engineering to de-extinct long-gone species. And this is the first time Colossal's dire wolf pups, who are now 6 months old, have been seen by the public. So can you tell me a little bit about what went into engineering the dire wolf?
We extracted DNA from 2 fossils that we knew from previous work had some amount of preserved ancient DNA. One was a 13,000-year-old bone, and the other was a 72,000-year-old bone, an inner ear bone. We were able to generate 2 genomes, 2 dire wolf genome sequences from that, which we then compared to all the other wolves for which there's already been data generated. And when we do that, we want to figure out where it is that these 2 dire wolves are similar to each other, but different from the other wolves that are out there. And so we come up with this list of genes where they're distinct. Now, our goal in the dire wolf project, just like with all de-extinction projects, is to re-engineer the core traits, the core characteristics that made these extinct species unique and able to fill whatever role that they filled in their ecosystems when they were still alive.
Using this knowledge, Colossal then made 20 modifications to 14 genes in the DNA of common gray wolf cells. These relatively few tweaks to the genetic code produce some big differences. The dire wolf's white coat, large size, characteristic vocalizations like that howling you heard at the beginning of the story, and more. That DNA was transferred to denucleated egg cells, meaning cells without their own genetic material, and then developed into embryos and were then implanted in the wombs of surrogate mothers, who were hound mixed dogs.
An American company says it has genetically engineered mice so that they have developed some traits like mammoths.
A small but potentially important step in a quest to eventually bring back the prehistoric woolly mammoth.
They hope to de-extinct the woolly mammoth as early as 2028.
Hey yo, peace fam, Source God, Orion TV, bang bang bang, more life family, bliss up, abundance, and I don't know already. So yo, council, let me tell you guys a couple of things. They did not get the DNA for these dire wolves from any 13,000 or 10,000 year old bones. Those bones would be dust. Just use your common sense. They would have been eaten by worms, insects, just the natural environment. They would be dust, just like the dinosaur bones, just like everything else if they were millions of years old. What's really going on is those are bones from animals that died during the flood. And the flood happened in the 1800s. That's why they can so-called extract DNA from these bones. But that's not even what's going on, family. That's part of it. But really and truly, none of these animals went extinct. They're bringing back the woolly mammoth. Why? Because they've seen woolly mammoths. They've seen them out in Antarctica. They're running into these animals and they know they're coming back into the range. So what they're trying to tell you is what? They genetically modified them and brought them back. So here you go. Nothing to be surprised about. It's just us again. Nah, Council. These animals don't go extinct. They leave the range once these demons come in and start doing too much evil. They go to a higher frequency. And once we start rising up, that's why we're seeing the animals again. They become part of our pattern again. While these wicked parasites are dying off, they're trying to save themselves up here in the mentals of us and the people in the Cabbage Patch. They want us giving them the energy, ascribing the power to them once again. That's how they live. Remember in the movie It, the Wicked Witch, or any of those evil goofies, Freddy Krueger, all you have to do is stop believing in them and they die. It's the same way in real life. Stop ascribing them the power. Stop giving them the strength. Stop focusing your energy on them. And everything you see going on in the political arena right now with Trumpelstiltskin, Trumpty Dumpty, and that whole debacle, it's the greatest distraction tactic that's ever been pulled on mankind. I am telling you right now, in the era we're living in, it's the golden age. A phenomenal shift is taking place. It's a grand awakening and rising of all the real ones across the realm, here, there, and everywhere. And all they got you thinking about is tariffs. Think about it, family. Do the mathematics. There's revolutions going on everywhere, mentally, physically, spiritually, and it's not scripted. That's why the revolution won't be televised. Not because you won't see it on TV. No, you will see it on TV, but it won't be televised in the sense that it's not scripted. This is coming from source. There's a fire burning in our hearts, just like it is in the sky and in the earth. There's a fire burning within us, and now it's expanding across the whole range. They can't take the power away, but they're trying to keep you in the illusion by making you blind to the reality as usual. And you're still gonna fuck around and ascribe the strength to them, and that would be the only way they win. So I'm telling you again, family, they did not bring back the dire wolf. They did not bring back the woolly mammoth. These entities are already here, and you're gonna see the dragons too. Yes, and they're gonna claim that it's them bringing them back with the same Jurassic Park garbage. It's nonsense. These entities are returning for the universe that was always theirs, and these parasites gotta get up out of here. Let's go. Bang, bang. Yeah. Yeah, Council, it's definitely a beautiful new day on New Earth. I am telling you, the light is shining and we're about to see everything for what it really is, and it's going to be super lit. Move accordingly. Yeah, bang, bang.
Heard about this?
I like that clip right there. That was good. Sargon did his thing with that one. Let's get it.
Dire wolves have been brought back after 10,000 years of alleged extinction. I made you aware that we have an inner earth, and a lot of the animals that they alleged are extinct actually reside in Agartha. Not only the extinct animals, also your mythical animals, okay, such as unicorns and dragons and things of that nature, all reside in Central Earth. We'll say allegedly for this app. It's actually occurring is since we're elevating in frequency and shifting in dimensions, more and more quote-unquote extinct animals are going to begin to now resurface. It's primarily because the past, present, and future is all happening simultaneously, all right? So we're actually quantum leaping to different dimensions. Remember, I told you during this age of Aquarius, a lot of new things will begin to pour in. There's lots of technological advancements that we're going to witness. Remember, I also made you aware that Italian scientists has successfully frozen pure light, turning it into a solid for the first time. Now, we know that in ancient Atlantis, they actually had lightsabers and things of that nature. All right, so this isn't the first time. As I made mention of, the past, present, and future is all occurring simultaneously. So all ancient technology is going to now be represented again. I wonder if they will start reintroducing ancient Tatarian technology that harnesses free energy again. Ancient structures actually harness free energy directly from the ethers. Technology actually had an antenna, amplifier, and a resonating modulator, and red mercury in a container capacitor frequency amplifier that actually put energy directly from the cosmos. Every time we rise as a civilization, they actually reset us, okay? These ancient structures you see here with intricate architecture made with laser technology actually are created to harness free energy. For the mud flood, they talk about a great war in Normanburg over the sky where they seen UFOs, and the people actually made mention that there was laser show in the sky basically, and they was going to war in the cosmos basically. And this was pretty much the malevolent extraterrestrials, will say allegedly, resetting us, basically eradicating the Tatarian technology to ensure that we stay at a level 0 civilization. Flow was done to actually hide the ancient technology, all right, so they can put civilizations right on top of it. A lot of malls and prisons and things of that nature are built right on top of ancient technology to keep it hidden from the populace. Actually drew pictures of the war in the skies in Normanburg when these extraterrestrials were basically inducing the mud flood. They had pictures of it. Oral tradition supports this. Stated that portals literally opened up and these beings literally rode right through the portals, okay? This is actually what the witnesses would exclaim, all right? They exclaimed that portals opened up and these extraterrestrial interdimensional beings literally popped right through the portals and started shooting laser technology to decimate ancient Tataria around that time. As we wake up, the planet is waking up as well. The earth has chakras, all right? So since we're in the year of the cosmic serpent, additional energy is now hitting us as well as the earth's primary energy cortexes and meridians. Most don't know is you actually have a universe in your neurophysiology. Scientists don't want you to know this. Literally have access to anywhere in the cosmos simply by going inward. The more and more people access their inner universe, the more the frequency actually elevates as a whole. Every day your higher self is sending you additional information from the Akashic records. It's just up to you to retrieve the data. You receive this cosmic celestial information through meditation and doing your ohms. Om. That resonance is very essential for activating your throat chakra as well as your pineal gland, all right? Doing your ohms is essential for raising your nitrous oxide by 15 times, which increases your auric field and your electromagnetic frequency. Activating the throat chakra, you have the ability of actually knocking calcium deposits off the pineal gland. Most don't know everything is connected. So, that resonance sends a vibratory frequency through your whole body that actually puts you in a very calm, euphoric state. Reason all of the bells was removed is because they release healing frequencies, okay? So this is why they removed all the bells, because they take you outside the our complex portion of the brain, which is the reptilian brain. And reptilians dislike bells due to the fact that it shifts them out of their reptilian form when they're trying to hide. When they're trying to hide their reptilian shape and they shift the humanoid, these bells tend to knock them out of that shape. So they got rid of the bells for that purpose, okay? And not only that, but also because they heal. They implement healing frequencies, and they disrupt a lot of the malevolent frequencies that they utilize, like the 440 hertz or the amnesia technology that they use to keep you in a low frequency. But doing your ohms, you have your own bell built in. Okay, so get in the habit of doing your ohms. Om. That resonance is very healing, and I highly recommend doing it and incorporating it in your meditation daily. Also highly recommend grounding and plugging in with nature, all right? Connecting with the Schumann resonance alleviates you of free radicals. There's a lot of deceptive machinations to exacerbate your energy, all right? Just stepping out in nature alone heals you substantially. Also highly recommend utilization of herbs like Haritaki to decalcify as well as activate the pineal gland. Pineal gland is the brain's antenna and cosmic gateway to celestial realms. Pineal gland is the seat of the soul. Herbs like Haritaki are great for amplifying your intuition, brain function, mental connection, as well as clarity. Do have the Haritaki available on Holistic Remedies for Ascension, link in bio. Also highly recommend large amounts of chlorophyll for detoxification and removal of toxic metals such as lead, cadmium, mercury, and aluminum. Chlorophyll is the best for detoxification because it's very synonymous to hemoglobin. Chlorophyll contains a substance called mycelium, which wraps around toxins to expel them from the blood. What you would do is add a full dropper to 16 ounces of water, preferably alkaline water for the best results. Also recommend cleansing yourself of all parasitic organisms. Utilization of herbs like wormwood, black walnut, and whole cloves not only kill parasites but also eradicate their eggs. Are completely unaware that demons come in multiple forms, okay? And they also come in the form of parasitic invaders. It's scientifically proven that parasites have the ability of affecting your neural synapses and controlling your thought patterns. And send chemical signals to your brain to actually make you crave foods that you shouldn't consume. Not only can parasitic invaders control your cravings, but they also have the ability of inserting nefarious maniacal thoughts in your neural cortex as well. Eating right and properly cleansing the avatar, you activate what's called the higher mind or the monad. You are unaware that the foods are lowering your frequency. Processed food and refined sugar is keeping you in the root chakra. This actually keeps you tethered to the reptilian portion of the brain, which is the R complex. Currently, there's so much unfolded on the planet. These 10,000-year-old dire wolves aren't the only ancient beings that have returned. Our cosmic star family are back as well. What a lot of people are completely unaware of is that when they were seeing those orbs and celestial plasma energy patterns floating around, those are old souls and beings returning back to Tiamat. What a lot of people don't realize is that these plasma energy orbs that were floating around that a lot of people were seeing were these ancient beings, various ancient beings returning back to the planet. For all high quality herbs and metaphysical products for spiritual elevation, click the link in my bio and visit Holistic Remedies, your extension to Ascension.
So many people are recording what seems to be...
I ain't gonna lie. That show La Brea, man, they showed a lot on there about extinct beings and things of that nature. You know, they got to show us on TV, right? Well, they got to show us and tell us everything, but they decide to show us through entertainment. So that show is very, very enlightening, La Brea. And then I think it was you, DJ, who made me aware that the La Brea tar pits is an actually thing at a zoo or a mall or something like that. Somewhere, I don't know, something like that. But I ain't even know that they had an actual place over there in LA that ties into and connects with the La Brea show, and it's all real. That was mind-blowing to me. So yeah, it's very enlightening, that show. Let's get it.
The Starlink satellite in the sky. This right here is in Alabama. I have a video to show you guys from Marietta, Georgia, but check this out, y'all. Here's another angle of it. Like I said, so many people are capturing this. So like, what is going on for Starlink to be up in the sky like this, y'all? Here go another.
I said zoo or mall. It might have been a museum. Pardon, but yeah, you know, I don't gotta sound politically correct for you to know what I'm talking about, because you know what I'm talking about if you know about it. But yeah, that show's very enlightening. Once again, let's get it.
The angle. Here go another one, y'all. And it's dawned upon me how, like, we've always known about Starlink all our lives. Like, it's like the dotted line. Like, we write on the dotted line. And this is literally the dotted line, y'all.
Yo, I don't know what is going on. If you know what's going on, please tell me, bro.
North Star. That's a North Star locked up.
No, bro.
You can really tell he's excited and flabbergasted all at once.
Look, nigga.
So they say this is a satellite. So if there are thousands of satellites throughout the sky, why is it that we only see one with the naked eye? And why is it that we only see Starlink at certain times of the year, or maybe once a year? Because I rarely hear about this thing. But yes, y'all, the dotted line that's being projected on the sky, and there's 19 of them. 19 keys. If you guys know about numbers, you guys know that 19 is a very esoteric number. It's the numbers 1 through 9. I truly believe this means that we did it. This is literally us signing off on this, and things are coming to a change, y'all. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this video, y'all. Like, follow, and share for more videos like this. Let's continue to get it. Peace out. What I'm about to show y'all is one of the most creepiest and ominous videos I've ever showed y'all.
We're straight up, oh my god. This is really dangerous.
I don't know when this happened. I don't know where this happened. And if y'all do, can you let us know down in the...
I gotta go back. This is really dangerous. Oh, man.
This is really dangerous.
I don't know when this happened. I don't know where this happened. And if y'all do, can you let us know down in the comments below? You're not telling me that we don't live in Stranger Things, y'all. Like, they didn't know what they were doing when they put that series out on Netflix. It looks like Stranger Things world has merged with our timeline. Do you guys see Imagine this? Walking out to this and seeing this, you would start questioning your reality real quick, which is what she started doing when she said, oh my God. But as you look at this video, you can see like the sky pulsating too. Can y'all see that? As of lately, the energy I'm getting from the earth is a lot of, we're not in Kansas type of energy anymore. Do you guys feel what I'm saying? And as I'm saying this right now, the wind where I'm at is acting crazy. You're in Florida. If you're in Florida, you know
the wind been surely blowing real strong lately.
What I'm talking about. We have some type of storm heading for us right now with some crazy amount of lightning, y'all. And they're also speaking of tornadoes. Y'all know how that's been as of late. Any of you guys feel like we're not in Kansas anymore? Let me know that in the comments below, y'all. The shift is here. Let's continue to get it. Peace.
Yo, bliss up, council. More life, abundance. Nadano, already. Yo, so fam, y'all remember that report I made about those eggs found underwater on that volcano? I'm talking about those 20-inch, 1.5 foot long eggs. Well, family, they found more, as you can see in this article, and the numbers are in the millions. The only difference right now is they're admitting that they don't know what species these eggs come from. No more of that Skeets business. They must have watched my video. I'm sure they did. But anyway, council, these eggs have no known species, and there are millions of them. They're saying they're coming up out of the volcano. So something inside the volcano is laying these eggs. And I am telling you, this is some kaiju business. And at the same time this is going on, council, there's been a nationwide warning for America for no one to go in the waters because they say the oceans are going to be so rough along the coastlines. They're literally putting out warnings from Florida to California for no one to go in the water. And I'm wondering, is it really for rough weather, or is it because of these kaiju eggs? Because council, what is really going on? No one's talking about this. But we're talking about eggs that are 1.5 to 2 feet long or in diameter. What is laying these things that are coming out of a volcano that's literally being incubated by the heat of the volcano? So it's not some accidental thing going on. This is by design. What creature is laying 1.5 foot long eggs? Again, they were trying to claim they were a species of stingray. But like Mystic broke it down and told you guys that was impossible. So they backtrack now and they're completely saying they have no idea what species is laying this. As usual, I just like to connect the dots. A long time ago, I got a vision telling me stay out of certain waters. Matter of fact, it just said stay out of the waters, okay? And I have a feeling that it has something to do with this major shift. Like the Most High in my vision, he showed me like a tornado made out of pure light touching the water. And everyone was running to the water, me too. But then he said, no, Mystic, do not touch the water. Everyone who touches the water is going to die. I don't know why I got that vision. I don't even know exactly what it means, but I do know that there's some kind of effect that's not going to be good for the people who spend too much time in the oceans during this shift. We have no idea what kind of chemical mixes or energetic mixes are taking place in the waters. The water is from where all life sprang. So there's something going on with the ocean. So I'm just going to follow my heart and my mind. And I'm leaning towards the mindset that something crazy wild is going on out there in the depths. And these egg things, it's nothing to play with. And I think it does have something to do with the warnings about not going in the water, council. Anyway, y'all let me know how you feel about this in the comments. But go and do your own research. Study into this, family. Dig into this and see how the energetic really comes off to you. And I am telling you, if you're filtering, if you're tapped in, you will feel the exact same way we all on the wave are feeling right now. There's something going on in the range we need to prepare for. So keep your head on a swivel and let's spiral up. Bang, bang. Yo, Council, everything going on the world stage right now is to distract you from this reality. We're in a new earth, a new range, with entirely new life forms. Adapt or die. Let's go.
And when people talk about cruises, going on a cruise ship, even working on a cruise ship, I'll be like, I think I'll pass, because something in my soul telling me to stay off and out them waters. What's good, Kennedy? Something in my soul is telling me stay off and out them waters as of right now, because this planetary shift, everything that's going on, you don't want to get caught in the crossfire. And this is not scare tactics. This is not fear tactics. I'm just saying what I resonate with, what I feel at my core, is to stay off and away. Let's get it, though. This happened in DR, this Dominican Republic. Check this out.
¿Qué te pasó? ¡Papá! La cabina de aire, la cabina de aire. Mira, mi amor.
Yeah, so Council, that's in DR, Dominican Republic. And as you can see, fam, it's like the whole building just collapsed in on itself. They say so far 27 people unalived and over 160 injured. But this is nuts, Council. Welcome to the new range. Like I'm telling you guys, there's something going on with the infrastructure. The foundation of this world is moving. It's not set. It was built on sand and built on blood. That goes for the entire Roman Empire. And it's like imploding in on itself. Because like I said, family, the building collapsed, like collapsed in. This is wild. But anyway, y'all stay up, stay bliss, and let's go. Bang, bang. Yeah. Yeah, Council, to tell the truth, it looks like a sinkhole to me. That looks like a sinkhole. And the foundation of the building fell down into it a certain amount. And then the roof just came collapsing down. Yeah, man. Let's go.
So what is the Elohim, right? A whole brain thinker, right? Is when you use the reptilian part of the brain and the mammalian part of the brain, right? The reptilian part of the brain is mostly for like animal drive. That's the one that keep you alive, like human nature, your lower nature, survival, right? That's your survival instincts, which is the reptilian brain. That's what they want to trap you in, right? That's why you competitive against other people. That's ego. That's why you feel like you got somewhere to go. It's really nowhere to go, nothing to do, but it's always something to be, right? So when you take the mammalian part of the brain, right, you override the reptilian and you become a mammal. You become, you feel me? Yo, everybody got to eat. Everybody got to survive. You start thinking different. But when you use all parts of the brain, the reptilian and the mammalian, right, you become a whole brain thinker, Elohim. You start using your brain. You become like the woman from Limitless, right? When you use 90% of your brain, right, that's when you become a whole brain thinker. You start using all aspects of your mind, your brain, and you see the capabilities that it has, all the powers, all the hidden potential that you have that they didn't tell you about, because they said we only use 10% when you use more than that, and you can use more than that. That's why they want to attack you in the school during the 7 years, the blocky imagination, right? So a whole brain thinker using the reptilian part and the mammalian part. So if y'all research and look up everything that I just said in this, you're gonna be like, oh shit, that's what I've been doing. That's what I've been trying to achieve. You've been trying to achieve your full potential, tapping into the potential that's within you. And in the mental plane, that's using all aspects of your brain, which is the reptilian and the mammalian, using them to work together to get the God mind, right? The God mind, the mind of the universe, the mind of God, the Elohim mind. Also, as the planet is heating up, which y'all know they found some artifacts under the pyramids, right? The pyramids used to be an energy source, right? We had free energy, right? And the pyramids are also aligned with certain stars and certain constellations. I really can't say yet because I still got to do my research and due diligence. but we used to get energy from different things like ley lines and pyramids, and these structures used to are placed on certain longitude and latitude within the planet and on the planet, right? That's why they activating. That's why you see artifacts from the pyramids coming up. And the pyramids, one of them had the Ark of the Covenant in there, which is in your mind, the Ark of the Covenant and things like this. This is why you becoming active with the pyramids. And the pyramids have something to do with the 369, which is why you have things happening with Elon Musk and Tesla, like it's all correlating to each other, right? But as the planet goes up in frequency, known as Gaia, right? It's becoming Gaia because it's growing in frequency and vibration, right? We must do the same. We must grow in frequency and vibration with it. And as the planet continue to heat up and the sun continue to heat up, these things will continue to get activated, right? As you activate, the planet will activate, which is these pyramids. They will come online. These ley lines and things like this will start coming online. These free energy sources that we used to use back in the day that nobody know about will start coming online. Because the energy sources we use now is outdated, like coal and things like that, and lumber, and we could be using way different efficient ways of creating energy instead of these kids in Africa and the coal mines and lithium and doing all of this, when we could just be getting energy from different sources. So you will see the pyramids and different ley lines becoming active during this time.
If you're somebody, you know, so that's why in this human meat suit, you'll feel all kinds of shit, you know what I mean? Also, if you've been having confusion and you've wanted clarity for your love life and relationships for a while, the reason you haven't been is because Venus has been in retrograde. So we had Mercury in retrograde, that's just ended yesterday or today, wherever you are in the world. And then Venus has been in retrograde, and that ends on the 12th, on the weekend, you know, and that's why this energy has been wild and people have been feeling so lost. But to do with your relationships and love life, it should start to be getting back on track where you will start to have clarity, because Venus in retrograde is ending on the weekend. So try and just hold on there and stay strong, because there is a lot of good things coming. The energy is starting to pick up now.
I don't know if y'all realize.
As I just told you in the beginning of this presentation, I'm exhausted. I'm so tired of my environment. Anyhow, KN, personally, in my opinion, right, it may be that you're being called to rest so that you can do some work in the spirit realm. Maybe there's some things you have to get done in the spirit realm, which is why you have been so physically tired, where you need to rest and catch up on rest so that you can do what you got to do outside of the physical. You get what I'm saying? Let's get it though.
Lying to younger women, telling them love don't exist, then convincing them to sell their bodies to get what they want out of men is a form of human trafficking.
I'm telling you right now that we been eating each other. When I say we been eating each other, all 50 states, then at all 50 states, it's legal to cannibalism. Think about how many people go missing a year. It's due to all different reasons, but that's one of the main reasons. So y'all ain't never think about how that these graveyards never get new land, but they been standing and built so long ago. Go and look at when the fuck that they was established. You telling me that you got enough space for this many damn bodies that's dropping every day? I know somebody lying. They liquefying people and shit and turn them to white powder and shit and putting it in food. Why y'all... Bro, we out this bitch eating each other, gang. Nobody don't never sit back and be like, damn, I'm eating a dead animal, gang. Or what if this not an animal and it might be a human? Ain't nobody never thought about that shit. So you telling me right now, if you go to somebody's house and they cut a rib off a rib, you know what I'm saying, and they cooking it and shit, you don't even know, and they feed it to you because they done put all of the seasons up on it and everything. You wouldn't even fucking know. Your ass just sitting back and what? That's what's going on right now. You just ain't. They show it to us in the movie all the time. I think that was who? KFC then now dropped that whole commercial with them dipping a whole body in the water and it's coming back out as a fucking chicken. So y'all think that they can't carve certain things to be shaped as a chicken or nothing? Or anything? Or cloning them? Or nothing? See, when I was telling y'all about the liquefaction that they be doing with the bodies, they push it through the water, and then with the rest of the body, they crush it into pot like the bones and shit. They crushed it to a powder form. And they spread on the crops. They putting it in food. Everything. Come on, man. Y'all telling me that y'all don't be thinking about a lot of shit, though? How would you feel if somebody ate your crazy ass?
Shout out to the...
Yo, like I said, almost going on 2 years now, almost 2 years ago, I got up one rotation, I'm on YouTube, and I see this video with Dr. Sebi's grandson. And he's talking about this, talking about that. It was a 2-3 hour long video. I literally sat and watched the whole thing. And right after that, right, I go onto Instagram, I see a post where that's when the clone meat and fake meat and all that shit got legalized. You feel me? It got literally legalized for it to be sold in the US. I'm like, whoa. That's when I made my decision. It's like a switch got flipped. Woo! That's when I made my decision. So it's like, come on, man. We gotta be aware, man. We can't know about these things and learn these things and then be like, oh, it's just cap, or oh, nah, they not doing that, or not. Like, people, like most people give these companies, these businesses, the governments so much benefit of the doubt where it's detrimental to themselves. You get what I'm saying? If you know, you know. Anyhow, let's keep going. Check this out.
Crawl crayfish community. Yeah. Y'all be eating these bugs? Anyway, yeah, these little jokers migrate in the mud during the winter. Safe keep. Yeah. Filthy cockroaches, I say. Just with bigger hands. Yeah, not so much of a fish, huh? No. Cockroach. Water bug.
Mud bug.
Yeah.
Mud bug.
Bon appetit.
We learned about this a little bit a while back, but now we got.
I'm just gonna head out.
Mud bugs.
Yuck. Never liked them.
They farm in mud
Flatbridge,
bugs.
Jamaica is a mermaid magnet, and they caught this one on film. Now, mermaids are considered extremely dangerous in Jamaica, and not the typical beautiful women we are used to seeing.
I got this clip and the very next clip in here for one specific reason. I want to ask you guys, what if you was on vacation, or what if you was somewhere and you seen these type of things? Would you question it as reality, or would you question it as entertainment? That's my question to you guys. But let's keep going.
In the northern parts of North America. Now, they also know when a mermaid is going to be active or is ready to make her appearance, with one local stating, whenever the river changes its color and gets dirty like now, that's when it's dangerous. That's usually when the mermaid is active. Some people came here in 2016 and walked up and down the river and came out harmed, with 6 people passing shortly after. Now, although the water is clear in this video, she still decided to show up with her hair appearing as a stark red color before slipping into the waves below.
All of this history.
That's my question. That's my question. If you was on vacation somewhere and seen those things, would you question it as reality or entertainment? Nice. Nice, KN. Nice. And there's other things that's nice to eat besides these goofy restaurants that most of us was indoctrinated about to think it's cool and happy-go-lucky and all of this nonsense. You get what I'm saying? Hence why, I don't know if you noticed, you know they got the Minecraft movie now, and then McDonald's is doing a Minecraft promotion, a little collaboration with them, because, you know, a lot of offspring, a lot of the youth is involved with Minecraft. You see that? So now they're like drawing in the attention and wants and cravings from the offspring to eat this nefarious garbage. Let's keep going though.
Work flooding we've been having this weekend, yeah, that's the house behind me, it's about to get a lot worse as somebody has accidentally opened a floodgate in Kentucky. Accidentally. And the news is already reporting that this will be the worst flood we have ever seen on the Kentucky River. But I mean, to be fair, every day and every week there's a new worse storm that's the worst we've ever had. They also can't get their story straight, as some articles are saying that they're opening as part of a controlled spill and then evacuation because of an unintentional release of the floodgates. I guess technically it could be both, but the problem here is the most resourceful land in America keeps being attacked by the weather. And with all these once-in-a-lifetime storms happening every single week, and then accidents happening at the same exact time over and over again, it gets a little bit worrisome. Not at all related, completely irrelevant. Do you remember when all of this drama was going on and the things happening around that? The crazy part about this whole thing is all the states affected are bordering one state which has the highest concentration of brick masons, even 30% more than California. Not related, just thought it was a cool fact. I just can't believe all the destruction we're seeing every single day. Then again, I can.
Okay, so Council, welcome to the Age of Aquarius, the water world. You know what it is. So, I found this article and I thought you guys might find it interesting. Same as I did. So, thousands and thousands and thousands, maybe millions of jellyfish are washing up all over the West Coast. Now, they're saying it's a seasonal thing, but never like this in these numbers. This is insane, Council. Like, something has shifted out there in the waters.
I don't know if it's just me, but this also looks like a frequency resonance reflecting off of the vessels. Now, we know if these are just vessels for some type of being, can it be that they're washing up and ascending into 4 or 5D beings? That's why they washed up and transcended. I don't know. I'm just asking questions for the higher conscious community, the enlightened ones, things like that. That's where my mind took me. Also, if we go back some, let's go back some. We can run this clip from the top. If you go back some, we know they like to go against nature, right? Now look
by the weather.
Look how this is spelled. This is where my mind took me. They like to go against Mother Nature. He spelled weather like this. We at her. Why is each letter for each word capitalized? And we know that some of these content creators are put in place CIA agents to mislead or misguide, right? To distract. So my mind took me at, if we know they like to go against Mother Nature, why did he spell it like this? We at her. Because they're trying to stop the shift, the planetary changes, the ascension. I don't know. That's just my question. That's where my mind took me. You get what I'm saying? But let's keep going.
Welcome to the Age of Aquarius, the water world. You know what it is. So, I found this article and I thought you guys might find it interesting. Same as I did. So, thousands and thousands and thousands, maybe millions of jellyfish are washing up all over the West Coast. Now, they're saying it's a seasonal thing, but never like this in these numbers. This is insane, Council. Like, something has shifted out there in the waters. Our tropical paradise is being recreated. Let's be realistic here. Something is being reset, restored, and brought to a whole new alignment, obviously. So certain things are being purged, certain things are being removed and replaced with other things, other entities outside our range of knowing. These things are being done by nature. Migration patterns have changed or they've escalated. And just like the volcano releasing these millions of eggs, there's all kinds of new organisms being found in Antarctica, under the ice shelf. Everywhere you look in the reality, there's something new appearing. And if something new comes, then something old usually gets removed and replaced with that new thing. That's why I tell you guys all the time, it's about adaptation. You have to adapt or you will perish, because you have to move up in frequency. You have to graduate to another level. And when you graduate, another life form replaces you. So maybe We've done our time in this 3D reality. We passed our tests and class is over for us. So the same way you see this replacement theory I'm talking about taking place, we might be a part of that. Like, we have to move on and move forward in the mitosis to a higher level. And we might be replaced by another life form that needs to learn lessons that we learned. And I think that's what's going on in the range, family, because this, again, is wild. And everywhere you look in the reality, it's expressing itself just like this. New life appearing, old life disappearing, migration pattern shifting, magnetic pole shifting, reality shifting. So again, let's adapt and fly. Bang, bang. Yeah.
Yeah, Council, it makes perfect sense. The classroom is being rearranged for some new students, and we are being prepared for our graduation to New Earth. Yeah, man, this is what the ceremonies are all about, and we hit the grand finale, so it's time for our celebration. It's not about death, family. It's about renewal, and we're moving forward and spiraling up, and new ones will come to take our place just the same. Let's go.
I personally think he's on the song, guys. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Discuss melanin, also known as carbon. Carbon is number 6 in the periodic table of the elements. It's composed of 6 protons, 6 neutrons, and 6 electrons. There are 5 basic types of melanin: eumelanin, pheomelanin, neuromelanin, allomelanin, and pyomelanin. Melanin is worth more than any other intrinsic element on the planet. There's a fun fact a lot of people may not know. Eye color is actually directly related to the amount of melanin in the front layers of the iris. So people with brown eyes have a large amount of melanin in the iris, while people with blue eyes have much less of this pigment. All right, a particular region on a chromosome 15 plays a major role in eye color. Remember, your eyes are just extensions of your nervous system. Okay, so if you have brown eyes, that's an indicator that you also produce heavier quantities of neuromelanin. Now, to explain the different melanins, if you're so-called black, you have what's called eumelanin. If you're basically European, you have pheomelanin. When you get to the discussion of neuromelanin, it's basically dark matter, which is the glue that holds together the universe. Neuromelanin is basically the bridge between this dense physical corporeal world and the ethereal plane. Now, the allomelanin's job is to basically protect you. It protects you from radiation. It protects you from oxidative stress. It also performs natural chelation against toxic metals. And the pyomelanin is basically a natural antifungal agent. Basically, the melanin's job is to protect you. It's in a sense your suit of armor. Your eumelanin has what's called melanocytes on the surface that acts as black holes and absorbs cosmic energy. In a sense, we're like plants. We basically do benefit and receive energy from the sun. This is why they utilize toxic metals such as arsenic, lead, cadmium, and mercury. All right. Again, these are kryptonites for your neuromelanin. All right. To prevent your cosmic ascension. Funny how nature shows us what works for our body based on how it looks. Take a look at this body chart and the foods that work in synergy with them. For example, the eyes and the carrots, the lungs and the grapes, the kidney and the kidney beans, the mushroom and the ears. This is the same comparison with shilajit and melanin. Shilajit looks identical to dark matter or neuromelanin. As I explained in several videos, shilajit will strengthen your melanin. It has 85 plus trace minerals, is rich in fulvic acid, and naturally raises your testosterone, and it reverses the process of aging on a cellular level. I highly recommend getting the shilajit resin to strengthen your melanin, replenish any depleted trace minerals, as well as reverse the process of senescence or aging. And for removing the toxic metals such as lead, cadmium, and mercury, this cilantro and chlorella tincture is specially formulated for detoxification of heavy metals. For all high-quality herbs and metaphysical products for spiritual exploration, click the link in my bio and visit Holistic Remedies, your extension to ascension.
That's a definitely potential possibility, KN. And I'm not going to say it's true or false. We wouldn't really know because we don't have the direct answer. You know what I'm saying? However, it could be both. It could be both. It could be that, there's things in the water that they are moving away from, rather it's other beings, rather it's water temperature increasing, rather it's whatever it is, rather they're ascending around, because something that we're not taught is animals are much more intelligent than we think. They are much more intelligent than we think. So there's really no telling what's really going on in the water. Oh shit. You can't hear me? Oh no, my mic is unmuted. You might have to go in and out. My mic is unmuted. My mic is unmuted. Yeah. I see the thing going up and down. Let me make sure. Okay, yep. Yeah, like, pardon. Animals are much more intelligent than we were taught. So it can be a little bit of both. You know what I'm saying? There's really no telling the actual direct answer because we're not even taught enough about the waters, about the ocean, about deep waters, about, you know what I'm saying? We're not taught enough about none of that stuff. So like basic surface level knowledge, we wouldn't exactly directly know the direct answer. So it could be both, it could be one or the other. It's all good. Don't worry about it. It's good. Let's keep going.
To the gods and goddesses. Today we're going to discuss truly unlocking your inner power and emerging of divine masculine and divine feminine. Now, regardless of what gender we are all composed of divine masculine and divine feminine energies. This goes into the teachings of the Ida and the Pingala. The left side of the body being divine feminine is referred to as the Ida, while the right side being divine masculine is referred to as the Pingala. Ida, or divine feminine, is the personification of the lunar element, or Basset, while the right side is the personification of the solar element, or Amun-Ra. These are all neurons that intercept your chakra network. This is actually the same symbol that you get at the hospital if you look at it, all right? The two serpents are intertwisting, and then the wings on the top represent the divine feminine and the divine masculine, all right, on both sides, both halves. Pretty much electrical magnetic. Remember, the divine feminine side is the magnetic energy, while the masculine side is the electrical energy. In perspective, we are all electromagnetic beings. Now, a great tool for strengthening the Ida and Pingala is colloidal gold, or monatomic gold. This is an orbitally rearranged monatomic element to substantially boost your electromagnetic frequency. One of the things they teach you in yoga in regards to activation of the Ida and Pingala is breathing exercises where you hold each nostril. For example, you would hold one nostril and do the left nostril to activate the feminine, and then the right to obviously activate the masculine. Centering yourself and doing your breath work is very essential for activating the Ida and Pingala. Another thing is doing your hums or doing your ohms, like It's been scientifically proven to boost your nitric oxide by 15 times just by humming, just by breathing, just by doing your ohms, okay? And this also facilitates energy through your 72,000 meridian pathways. Another great herb while on your spiritual exploration is Ayurvedic. Ayurvedic consists of 17 different ingredients. It's great for decalcification as well as activation of the pineal gland, and it also will cleanse your meridian pathways. Another thing you can do to activate the Ida and Pingala is actually by alternating sides that you sleep on, okay? By shifting from left to right, eventually what it does is it would actually alternate the nostril that you breathe out of, okay? And what that does is that would actually shift the Ida and the Pingala to actually activate, all right? So this is another trick you can do to activate the Ida and Pingala. Now again, gods and goddesses, our primary objective is to actually activate our Kundalini, all right? And once you activate your Kundalini, this will allow you to tap into dormant DNA. It would allow you to tap into ancient memories. It allow you to basically become like a Simeon Toko or a Henrietta Lacks. These are the things we have to do in order to ascertain these type of abilities that we are seeing in like Supercell and so forth. The bridge to a Kundalini awakening is first opening that first eye. A great herb you can get for that is Haritaki. For all high-quality herbs and metaphysical products for spiritual exploration, click the link in my bio and visit Holistic Remedies, your extension to ascension. Peace, love, and light to everyone.
Did you know that your healing is activating the karma in the very people that hurt you? Yeah, let's wake that up. A lot of people think that karma shows up like boom, instant punishment. Not gonna lie, sometimes it does. But what if karma shows up slow? What if it's like a mirror? Because the moment you stop hiding, the moment you stop playing small, and the moment you stop accepting crumbs, you actually become the living evidence that they was wrong all along. You healing? That's loud. That's disruptive. That's uncomfortable for the people who benefited from your brokenness for the longest time. So you finally cut that narcissistic, toxic ass ex off, right? You start doing that shadow work, reparenting yourself, glowing from the inside out. You trying to be low key and you don't want to be seen, but your peace is so loud. Now they stalking you, watching you from a fake page. They mad as hell. And you got them confused because that version of you that they abused ain't alive no more. That's karma. Even with family, when you start setting them boundaries, protecting your peace and energy, saying no without explanation too. No is a complete sentence. You know they always gonna come back with, oh, you acting funny. I'm finally free and you mad. But again, that's another instance of karma. Karma don't always pull up with chaos. It pulls up with clarity sometimes. When your glow up starts highlighting their patterns and their guilt, oh, and them shadows they've been hiding from, that's when the scales will start to balance. But stop waiting for the universe to drag them. You being well is the drag. You being whole is the closure. You being you is the full circle moment. And listen, you ain't even gotta say a word. Spirit said, let there be light. And the light is you. Make sure y'all let me know your thoughts in the comments. And just remember, if you in Atlanta, Georgia, April 25th and 26th is going down. Don't meet me there, beat me there at Yaya Soul Jam session. You're gonna have a great time listening to music, telling stories through the music, open mic, food, drinks, and many other items. Can't wait to see all of y'all there. As always, peace, love, and light, and gratitude for watching. Fellas, not only did you come from a woman, you came as a woman first.
Check this out. Check this out. I know that picture look a little crazy. I know, right? That's for the people who's immature in the mind. Anyhow, you know, you gotta really, how do I say? You gotta just be graceful, grateful, and thankful for the divine feminine. Energetically, spiritually, emotionally, physically, all of that in a nutshell. So if you are a divine empress out there, big shout out to you. Let's get it.
I already know this is about to ruffle some feathers, but the truth usually does. So as you can see, as a 9-week-old fetus, female and male genitalia look exactly identical. And just to summarize the text down there, every fetus starts off as the female blueprint. They start with the clitoris, the labia, and the ovaries. It's not until later with the introduction of the Y chromosome and testosterone that the clitoris elongates into a penis. Ovaries then ascend and become testicles. Now biologically, what does this tell us? That the feminine form is the original template. The masculine is an evolution of, not the origin. Now let's go a little deeper because I made a video talking about Offset and how she is the throne or the seat. I also talked about how in Kemet, the woman's bloodline is what determined the royalty, not the man's. And of course, this has some men in their feelings. And I get it, fellas. It's no shade. But again, truth is truth. Divine feminine energy, meaning you possess this too, is the seat of power, the vessel of legacy, the blueprint of life itself. My real deep thinker's gonna feel me on this because I always used to question Genesis 1:26. It says, let us make man in our image. Now, who is us? Because I know the church says it's the Holy Trinity, Father, Son, Holy Spirit. They forgot about the mother. We talked about that. But spiritually, I truly believe it was the divine feminine consciousness, the Elohim, the ancient mothers. Speaking of creating man as a reflection of themselves. I know everything is inverted and everything is flipped. So they gave us the story as if it was the other way around. That's just part of the patriarchal agenda. It's not about proving who's more powerful, ego or gender war. This is about truth, about why the divine feminine has been silenced, why it's been suppressed and erased for so long. This is only going to ruffle feathers for the men that maxed out their masculinity, the ones who can't fathom the idea that a woman came before them. Even the ones who call themselves spiritual still can't receive it. In order to listen and understand this message, you're going to have to remove your ego. I'm going to say this like I always say. This is not about worshiping the feminine. This is about restoring balance. Because what people fail to realize is when the feminine is honored, the masculine is healed. So remember, before you try to discredit the feminine, just remember, you came as her. Biologically, spiritually, and cosmically. Truth ain't always comfortable, but it will set your ass free. And fellas, before you get in them comments trying to go back and forth, just ask yourself, what energy you tapping more into? That masculine or feminine when you doing that? That's what I thought. Just know it's all love. Point is, we balance each other out, baby. You can keep fighting it or you can embrace it. But either way it goes, I said what I said. Just remember, it's okay if you want to come for me. Just make sure you come correct. I love all of y'all. Peace, love, and light, and gratitude for watching.
Yo, she respectfully put the sassy ones in their place with that one. Like, how can you not see the truth here? How can you not see the evidence? How you like, you know, like I really don't get certain people who deny this stuff when it's all there. Like, it's all there. All the boxes are checked. It's all there. Like, how can you deny it? I don't know. I don't know. Let's keep going though.
I went to go see the new Captain America last week, and I'm starting to really understand how some of these celebrities spiral out of control out of nowhere, doing things they normally wouldn't do, or even the mass casualty events that's always on the news. No shit that they push extra hard in the media. First and foremost, I would say look into crisis actor. But beyond that, the shit that they showed in Captain America, that level of mind control, y'all, that is not fiction. That's a preview. Y'all already know if they just now showing it to us, how long you think they had it? I mean, because I've been knowing about this for years upon years upon years. Only thing that really shocked me is the fact that they showing everything. But then again, I had to pull myself together because then I had to remember this is the Great Awakening. They know they have to show us because of karmic retribution. However, most people won't believe it because they still sleep. It's just a movie. Oh, okay. On the new Captain America, they showed you how they...
that again. That goes over a lot of people's head. What she said, let's hear it again.
They know they have to show us because of karmic retribution. However, most people won't believe it because they still sleep. It's just a movie. Oh, okay. On the new Captain America, they showed you how they can trigger somebody with just a phrase, a signal, a song. Suddenly, these folks doing things they normally would not do. That's why I say, you mean to tell me a lot of these celebrities just spiral out of nowhere, or do some wild ass out of character mess right after they say they tired of playing the game of the industry? Come on, y'all. I started to see through that.
No. Yo, listen. This reminds me of the clip. I'm going to try to pull it up. But this reminds me of the Kanye clip where he was drunk off the goose or whatever, and he was somewhere, wherever, he was wilding like, yo, I'm off the goose right now. Yo, you gotta know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna try to find that clip.
That shit a long time ago. Just start connecting the dots, because what's fiction often becomes disclosure. The truth ain't never hidden. It's just dressed up in the cape. You know, because everybody loves a hero story. Till you realize where they got hero from. Because I talked to y'all about Heru, which is the sun, the source of all life. Real war ain't on land. It's for your mind. Wake up. TikTok, these are just my thoughts. Don't get to tripping. But make sure y'all get in the comments and let me know your thoughts. As always, peace, love, and light, and gratitude for watching.
You start giving head.
I'm about to go to the bathroom and urinate. I'll be back. However, right, I'm gonna pull up this clip. Give me a second, guys.
Fake vibes. I'm gone. I'm too old to be dragging out every conversation. Now I'm about to show y'all an example of what I go through all the time. And it's not just this one person I'm about to show y'all. But it's basically describing how difficult it is to have a conversation with someone that has no ability to conversate. Like, the way they think is crazy to me, bro. I try to get a benefit of the doubt, but from this day forward, it's over. It's done, bruh. So I'm making a video about it. So if y'all realize or wonder why I just stopped responding, this is probably why. Mr. Nice Guy is gone today. So I'll start this simple conversation off by a yes or no question. What's up? How are you? Do you have any plans this evening? She responded with, she have a couple of plans, but what's up? I tell her what's up. I'm like, hey, seeing if you was down to chill a bit later? That was about it. Now, this is when they start playing games right here. This is when the demon activity starts. Chill, as in, you see, they start asking questions they already know the answer to. They're literally creating a situation to draw energy away from me. And of course, you see how I respond. I'm like, chill. I mean, I don't know how else you want to put it, besides spend time together and socialize. And again, she asks more questions after the question. And remind yourself that she still hasn't even answered my question fully. Now it's where, when, and be a little bit more specific. So boom, I tell her where, which is my place. And also I just say later because I'm at work. And she knows I work. And as y'all can see, her response is, what you mean? Once I show you I want to chill. Simple as fuck. It's like, show me you want to spend time with me. That's simple, you know what I'm saying? But she's dragging it out to get me angry, to draw my energy. The second response literally makes no sense. Just making up anything to try to justify the argument she's creating for no reason. So I explained to her that I'm at work again and I don't know what time I get off because she knows how my job works. I don't have a set time. I get off once all the work is done. Then if I have extra work, I get off once all that work is done also. So I cannot give a direct time frame besides later this evening. And then guess what she responds? I'm being extra. I'm being extra. When I asked the initial question that she still hasn't directly answered, but yet questioned every response I gave her. And of course, I respond basically saying what I just said because it makes no sense of calling me extra when you're the one being extra. That's projection. And not taking accountability of this situation she's literally creating to draw my energy away from me. Now, she responds because it depends on what the plan was and if I wanted to or not. So long story short, you want me to respond to you and tell you exactly what's going on so you can just use me? You see, at the end of the day, if you want to spend time with me and build a relationship, you're going to come regardless of the fact. I'm never going to just splurge out, take you dating, take you on vacations and everything first, and you don't even like me. Nigga, fuck that. That makes no sense to me at all. But since that second or third message, I already knew how this conversation was going to end because that's how she wanted it to end. Because it makes no sense on these responses she's giving, being extra difficult. And it's like you really expect me to respond to that question like if you want to use me or not. Like that shit is crazy to me, and they don't realize how selfish and how evil this actually sounds. Now I attempt to ask her one more time if she's going to answer the question. And look at her ignorant ass response. See what I'm saying? How can I say yes or no if I don't have a time frame? Maybe. You see the bullshit I'm talking about. Literally went through all these conversations within the conversation and she didn't listen to a word I said. This is another example of listening to respond, not listening to learn and progress. So at this point in time, she literally want me to do this whole process all over again to drain more of my energy. Now, if any of y'all want to hop in the comments and just think this conversation is okay, you're a fucking problem. You probably just love wasting people's time and don't give a fuck. Because why would somebody do this? But like I say, people literally do this because they want to drain energy. And people wonder why I barely respond to my messages, why I barely talk on the phone. It's because of shit like this. So the most you maybe gonna get from me, hey, what's up? How's your day going? And then I might just ask you trying to hang, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm a in-person type of guy. I'm not going to give you my energy over the fucking phone. I'm not. Because people use and abuse it, as you can see here. And they don't give a fuck, bro. This is what I don't understand. Is like the ability to not care about anything they're doing and how they're just affecting people's lives and how they're trying to make people feel bad. They literally love doing that shit because, like I say, there's no explanation for this besides that this motherfucker is evil and thrive off that type of energy. Because at one point of time, I wasn't clear. Everything was straightforward and obvious. But she threw in curveballs to try to piss me off for no reason, bro. We don't date or nothing. It's just for fun, literally. Y'all gotta watch out for people like this. I'm sure it's not just women, but in my case, obviously I talk to women and this shit happens all the time. That's why I don't be texting or calling y'all, if you're wondering. Gotta come in person with me, goddamn. Anyways, quick rant. Y'all know how I keep it. Y'all be guys. Hey.
Alright. Listen. I found the clip. Let's pull it up. Because listen. I don't know what Kanye this is what it reminds me of, man. Yo, bro, like what's up? Two objects are the same, G and G. Like, come on, bro. Bro, are you serious? Like, what am I missing here, bro? None of them are the same right here. Hold on. Like, what's good with TikTok? Like, what was that about? Yo, bro, look at this, y'all. You see this? Let me go back. Just let me go back and try to click it.
I'm a little mother. I don't want that goose right now.
Yeah, that's what that reminds me of. When he was just what's that? When the celebrities be skitzing out. Look at his face right there. Can I zoom in anymore? Yes, I can. Look at his face. You see his face? He's dead serious. Let's run it back one more time.
I'm a little mother. I want that goose right now.
What?
I'm a little mother. I want that goose right now. I'm a little mother. I want that
Yo, listen. I don't know what was Kanye, what he had going on, but that was definitely a skitsing out moment right there. He definitely skits out right there. He skitsed out. I'm being real. Anyhow, y'all know what's up, man. We're at the end of the presentation. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you're in a wonderful, magnificent mood. If you wasn't already having a wonderful, magnificent rotation. Full disclaimer, this video is for entertainment purposes only. Everything you see on this channel is merely speculation, view discussion as advised. Please do your own homework and research with proper discernment. We watch these clips and videos as a form of escaping the external chaos going on outside of ourselves, as we are all experiencing our own individual realities. I'm highly grateful, and thankful for all you guys who've been here from the beginning, rocking out, liking, commenting, sharing, who've been subscribed, who make, if not almost every presentation when I go up, whether it's a video, whether it's a live, pre-recorded or not. Highly grateful, and thankful for you guys. You know what I'm saying? If you're new to the channel, like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when we go up. Anyone and everyone who has ever sown to see me, it will be returned 100-fold as the Most High using you as a divine vessel to divinely support yours truly, because it's all about divine support. I just want to say, grace, gratitude, and thanks, peace, and prosperity you and yours. Hope you know it never goes unnoticed. Really does help the channel, the foundation, my well-being. Y'all know what's up, yo, Haven. Grace, gratitude, and thanks for coming through. As I told you guys, my environment, I'm just tired and exhausted with this. Words can't even explain, honestly. However, we keep going, we keep going, we keep going, we keep pushing. You know what I'm saying? We got to get through this transition. This transition is something. Anyhow, balance and harmony, love and unity, safe travel and astral to all you guys, all of y'all in the comments right now. Tommy, Miss Pam, KN, Corey, Kennedy, all of y'all. I'm highly grateful, and thankful for you guys. I love all of y'all. I'm in love with y'all. Thank you for coming through and vibing out with me, doing this energetic exchange. Haven, I'm out. See y'all in the next one. Have a good one, KN. Love and unity. You gotta add me, bro. You gotta add me, bro. Kennedy. Rewind? What you mean, KN? I'm still here. What you mean, rewind? What you mean? Rewind? I don't know. Anyhow, I'm out, y'all. Y'all have a good one. Enjoy.